Good evening, folks. It's about midnight over here on a Friday night, and I just sitting there watching some YouTube videos, as I do when I'm resting in the air conditioning. But lately, only videos I've been showing is mechanic work, and that's really not really what I like to do. It's just what I end up doing in this shop. So I was watching Dale Derry and on Build Something Cool, you know, and watched Keith Rucker and several guys. But what I've been thinking about lately is micrometers. I've been buying a lot of more micrometers because I'm trying to build up my tooling a little bit more, because I'm kind of hoping to get into more machine work in the future. But anyway, I thought I would tell you, I couldn't find many videos on the difference between Starrett and Mitutoyo. Mitutoyo, to me, I like Mitutoyo micrometers, at least the ones I have, a little bit better than the Starrett. And the Starrett ones are nice. And I'm not saying I have a whole lot of experience using either one, but I'll show you the differences here that I'm, at least on the ones I have. You know, see, you've got the lock. You know, when you reach in and you measure something, and you get it measured and you can't reach very well, you know, and you're trying to reach it, and you want to lock it down, you know, this lock is okay. Starrett has this little knurled deal there that kind of locks it. Now you can bring it out and you can look at it, and you don't bump it and move it, and that works okay. But I don't like it quite as well as what I've seen that Mitutoyo always uses, or at least the ones I have. I have a few different ones. This is an old 0 to 1 Mitutoyo that I've had a long time. But you know, when you reach in there and you take a measurement with it, all you gotta do is flip this little lever on the side, see? See this little lever right here? You just flip it either way. I like that little lever when I'm reached in there and I can just flip that lever. It's just so much easier to me. I really like that design. Now that's me personally. You got a lot of guys that love Starrett tools, and I do too. But now this one's missing. The little knob's missing on it. These are some that my dad had given me that he had a long time ago. I guess when he worked at a little machine shop, not a little one. He worked for Otis Engineering years ago. You know, probably over 30 years ago. Anyway, he's been giving me some since he's noticed that I'm trying to set up a machine shop. This one has the little knob I was talking about. See where you just turn this? I can't find any videos really talking about comparing Mitutoyo micrometers to Starrett. And Brown & Sharp also makes nice ones. But I think they use something similar to this. I like the little lever. But anyway, some of the mics I've been buying lately on eBay mostly, I've come across some really good ones at a good price. I think this is a Starrett. I don't have my glasses on. Just happen to have them right there. Let's see here. I don't know what number this one is. I like the little numbers they put on them. You know, they give you it goes 8ths and quarters and all the way down to 64ths. I forget those are on there sometimes when I want to know one of them numbers. You see, that's a pretty nice micrometer I bought on eBay the other day. It has the little dial lock, which is okay. I like to have several mics so I can have one in each toolbox. You know, some at work, some at different places, one at the mill, one at the lathe or something. I think I paid about $30 for this thing, including shipping. And it's a Starrett, oh, it's a 230 FX, whatever that says, X, T230 XFL. It's a nice, really nice shape. And it has the tenths on the top, see? Assuming that's focusing real well. So, let me turn you a little bit. I think we're not pointing it just real close here. I'm trying not to show all my junk over in the corner. Anyway, these have tenths. I like that. I didn't know if you saw a good shot of that. Hard to tell how well it's focusing. So, you know, it has that dial. And one thing Dale Derry was saying is the Mitutoyo boxes are kind of crappy plastic. Be careful, they'll break, probably they get brittle. But this is a nice one, another one my dad had given me. It has the little, it doesn't have tenths. It has the little lever I like, you know, to lock it. See, all you gotta do, you just flip the lever and it locks it. See, right? This one may be needing to be adjusted. It don't seem to be locking very good. I think that screw's loose, but anyway, that's the style I'm talking about. This one's a number 103-179. That's a 2 to 3. And I had that one a while. I just bought this one the other day, a Mitutoyo. It came off of eBay. It's really nice shape. Came from a pawn shop, actually, off of eBay. I got a real good deal on it too. I think it was somewhere around $35 or something. It's a 0 to 1. You notice again it has the little flip lever to lock it. See, that's locked, and this has the thimble. You know, that instead of the clicker on the end, the ratcheting, this is the friction thimble. And it has the tenths on top. And it has all of your decimal equivalents up here on it. This is a really nice one. But I'm liking the Mitutoyo stuff better than the Starrett. And I know that a lot of people probably would argue that point a little bit. But anyway, I know I'm turning my back to you, but I've been buying a few things. I want to try to make as short a video as possible. We're already nearly 10 minutes into this, rambling on, but I wanted to just show a few things. I mainly wanted anybody's opinion on that deal between Mitutoyo and Starrett, because I don't see anything online. Everybody talks about digital stuff. I don't really like digital too much. I use it a little more now because I can't see as good as I used to, and I can see the numbers easier. But I like to see the numbers and calculate them out myself, and not see a digital that just kind of figures it all for you. Just something about me. I just never have liked that too much. But also, I bought this. Remember, I got this surface plate from a company here in town. This is 18 by 24. Haven't really used it much yet. I haven't had time yet, but I bought this the other day. Since I have the surface plate, I thought I need this, I guess you call it a height gauge. I'll tell you what, this was a deal. I think it was a decent deal. You know, I paid about $100 including shipping. I think it was $20 shipping. It's kind of heavy. This is a 0 to 6 inch Mitutoyo. I can see up close what that number is. I'm not seeing it there, but this thing is like in perfect shape. It says it's been calibrated, you know, and some date and all this. It came from some company, they said, that it closed down. I haven't used this yet or figured out much. I just thought it'd be handy for doing layout work, so you could scribe something or measure the height of something. And I haven't even really done anything but took it out of the box when it came in and checked it over to make sure it wasn't damaged or anything. And also on Fleabay, I bought this set. I didn't have any depth micrometers and I needed some the other day when I was doing some kind of machine job. And I tell you what, this thing is just perfect. Perfect shape. This is 0 to 3 inch, they call it. And I don't remember the Starrett part number on this, but I mean, these are, I forgot, I looked them up on Starrett's website. These are probably close to $300 set, and I think that guy let me have this one for around $100. But I mean, it is in really perfect shape. Still got the nice Starrett good shaped case that come in. Those are just a few of the things, and let's try to be quick. I'm gonna have to beat you around with this camera a little bit. I'll show you this table here that I've got some of these things set up, and I'll try to get back here and show you some of my opinion on some of this stuff. And my opinion ain't worth much because I'm not a full-time experienced machinist. Just kind of know a lot about tools because I've been around tools my whole life of all kinds. But I'll just show you now. As far as dial calipers go, approximators as Abe calls them, this is a cheap set I bought off of probably Amazon several years ago probably. And if you'll notice, the dial on these don't really have thousandths. I can't see them very good right now, but this I got more for like rough measurements, for just doing some quick fabrication or maybe even woodworking. Take quick measurements. I like the fact that these have, this is another reason that you need several different sets of calipers, and if you want really accurate ones, this was a cheap set, probably 25 bucks or something. But this has the fractions, like, you know, 1/8, 1/4 inch, 3/16, and, you know, 7/16. It's got all them, and then it's got lines in between. And then here in the center, I guess it has thousandths, but, you know, it's hard to see them little bitty lines for me. But I just like the fact you can dial in, like there's a 1/16, and that splits that down 1, 2, 3, 4 lines there. So, you know, so that'd be a 32nd right there, and then so that'd be a 64th. Anyway, those are pretty neat for cheap beat around the shop approximaters. And then I was a guy on one of the Facebook used deals. This is a Starrett, supposed to be a Starrett set of parallels that are like new. You can see most of them are still in the wrapper. Only a couple of them have been open. Actually, I don't even know why they're open, because they don't look like they've even been used. I forgot what I gave him for them, but it was a reasonable deal. And of course, here's another deal I hate: when people etch their tools or their Starrett boxes. You know, these are nice stuff. You shouldn't etch your tools, I don't think. You know, I don't know what the purpose of etching them. If you're afraid somebody's going to steal them, I mean, that ain't going to prevent them from stealing them. It might prevent them from using them in front of you or something. Now this is a good set. I saw a YouTube video on what's the top calipers, you know, whatever, most popular ones or something like that. This is called Anytime Tools. I know there's a big glare in here with these lights, but these are actually really nice quality. And these are, I'm going to say 30 bucks probably. Probably on eBay or Amazon, I forget where. Anytime Tools, this is a really nice set that I use for quick stuff. It's they're stainless, and it says stainless hardened. I'm sure they're made in China. I don't know. Don't really say that on here anywhere that I can see, but these are nice ones. I'm satisfied with those for cheap tools. If you'll remember, Scott, I'm all about quality tools, so I do have cheap stuff too, and I understand the difference. So now here's some digital ones that Adam Booth, you know, A-Bomb, had talked about. Shars sold these, and these ain't bad. I've been using them some. I still don't really like them too much. I hate the fact you got to reach over and turn them on, and then they got these crazy numbers that I guess maybe they have some metric and inch. It just has inches and it doesn't have increments of inches. It just has the full numbers, and it has, I guess, millimeters. But you can change this from millimeters to 64ths and fractions and all kinds of things. These are nice. They're not expensive. They're probably $40, something like $40. And there's some numbers on the back that I assume are decimal equivalents. I can't seem to get my eyes focused on it, but these aren't bad either if you need some digital. That's the only digital ones I have. I had some horrible freight ones and they work like crap. I think I finally threw them away. Okay, that's just a few quick tools, and I've got edge technology. You've probably seen people using these for setting your tool height on your lathe. That works good. Put that against your stock, put that against the cutter, and then you level that bubble to set your tool height. And same way with this. I thought this was a neat tool. Edge technology comes in this nice case, and this is a dial indicator that will go in your tool post. You just clamp it in like you do a tool, and then you can read. It's really pretty nice quality. If you need to say set up a 4-jaw chuck or something like that, where you just put that in your tool post, it's really nice. I forget to use it a lot of times. I've got some of these cheaper. This is a cheaper deal my dad had given me. This is an Inco, and I've took all these apart and cleaned them up. These cheap dial indicators to me are easier to take apart and clean and get them smooth working as long as something's not damaged. This one works fairly good. This is a Noga that I'd bought not too long ago. I like it a lot, and you'll notice A-Bomb always tells you keep your indicators standing straight up and down so they don't fall over or get messed up. And I've got a Starrett dial indicator on here that I had Mark rebuild for me. MR Tools, or whatever the name of his company is. He does metrology rebuilding and repairs. So anyway, this is working really good, and this is a nice tool. These are not cheap. These Nogas are expensive. I don't remember what I think I got it from Amazon, but it was probably over $100, I would imagine, for this base. There's a lot more Starrett. I got these telescoping gauges. Actually, I think my dad might have given me these. I don't remember. And I've been buying some of these. This is one I just got. This is a nice, brand new screw pitch gauge. You can see still in the package. These are over $200 from Starrett on their website. Brand new, never been used. It don't appear. I bought this $44 all the way shipped and everything. $44 on eBay. And this goes from a 4 thread per inch all the way up to 84 threads per inch. So that's going to cover nearly any kind of thread that I'll ever need to check, I would think. So I've got some in regular tap sets, that I use, but I thought those were nice. And I'm always running into needing a tap handle, and I had never had any good ones. These are Starrett tap handle that has the centering hole in there, and I'm sure it tells you on here this goes from certain sizes, and you got your handle. These are really nice. I bought this 3-piece set, I believe, on eBay. I don't remember. It was a good deal, but I mean, they were expensive. But these were supposedly new in the box, is the way they sold these. They looked like new old stock or something like that. Anyway, that's all three pieces. It's a 93 A, B, and C. There's a little bitty one here. It'll go down to little bitty stuff. That's the problem I was having. I have some little small taps, but I didn't have any way to drive them. You know, on probably on metric stuff most. All right, that's that. And of course, I have a whole lineup of dial indicators. Like I said, these are some cheap ones that I'd come up with somewhere. They're all working good and free. This is one my dad had, I guess, built a aluminum back for at one time or something. Here's one we used to have at work on an old brake lathe that don't work as good as the rest, but it does still work. Come off a Pro Cut. Probably on the car lathe. Here's another Starrett 25-441 that Mark had reworked for me. A real nice one. I put a magnetic back on it so I can stick it maybe on the lathe or something. And there's a Mitutoyo. It's not quite as nice. That's a half thou, and I think I bought this not too long ago. It's pretty nice. It don't seem to be quite as good quality as that Starrett. This may not be a high-end model. All right, one more thing, or probably more than that. I bought some cheap, these ain't cheap, but these reamers that are, I guess they call them over and under, like there's a 499 and then a 501. So I think they go down 1/1000th on each side of nominal. Like, see, there's 124, so that's going to be a 1/8, 1/1000th under 1/8, 1/1000th over, and so on and so on. So I need some reamers that are probably dead on, and these would go on each side if you need to have a little clearance for a slip fit or something. And these counter bores here, these work good. I had a job I built a while back that I needed to use socket head screws and counter bore them down in the aluminum. This is a tap guide that I bought. It's Gator, big Gator tools that you've seen people talk about these, I'm sure. And they kind of have a V-block on the bottom so you can set them on something round. But mainly that's just to set that down on something if you're hand tapping it off somewhere, probably away from the shop, and then just kind of holds your tap straight. There's a deal called Bang Good where they sell some of these cheaper carbide inserts. These are CNMG 431s. I have a bunch more over there. I just didn't have any 431s, and I don't remember, these are like $16. That's a pretty good deal on those. You can probably see stuff around here. I got 1, 2, 3 blocks that these are not any name brand. They came with my tooling package, I think, for my little mill, I mean. And I've got some V blocks that I don't know what brand these are. They're kind of green. I got one of them holding my monitor there. Compared to it. This is the clamp that went to them, and I was trying to look earlier to see what brand is on this. There's some kind of writing on here. Maybe, no, that's just somebody's name. Ed Corbett, that's a guy my dad used to work with, so we bought these from him. He died a long time ago now. And get to some drill bits right quick. Drill Hog, you've heard people talk about Drill Hog makes decent drill bits, and they're lifetime guaranteed. If you register those, I bought a whole bunch of different ones. This is a 1 1/4 that I like to use on the, or I bought just to use on the lathe to bore a bigger hole out. You know, if you need to open up a bigger hole, and then you can get in there and use your boring bar and come on in bigger with it. But I'm going to keep buying a bunch of those probably. That wasn't very expensive from Drill Hog. I don't remember how much. I'm going to say it was 20 bucks or less. And here's a whole set. This box didn't come with it, but I bought a whole set of these silver and Deming drills that go above 1/2 inch. So, you know, you got your regular sets that go up to 1/2. These go above 1/2 inch all the way up to probably 1 inch. Not sure what this size is. I think it's up to 1 inch in this set. And they're lifetime guaranteed with Drill Hog. And the same way, I bought several sets from Drill Hog. This video's getting longer than I expected. There's a little 21-piece set that I'd bought of I don't know how you say that word, molybdenum M7. Anyway, these are good hard bits. They work good. And they have the little deal here where it fits your chuck. If you got a chuck that slips sometimes, that helps to put that on there. I've got a 115-piece set of these, and I've got a 29-piece. I've got several sets of these. You can get Drill Hog on eBay. They're a good company. I like steel rules. I kind of collect steel rules. I need a lot more. This is a Starrett 36-inch steel rule. And I like the ones, the graduations that are called 5R, I think, that have the 100 thousandths lines, which they call tenths. I love the tenths, so when you're measuring something, you know, you can just right quick say, hey, that's, you know, it's between the 7 and 8. It looks like that's about 790, you know, 1.790 thousandths. I like those 100 thousandths that you can get in there and know how many thousandths, you know, within, you can right quick to, for sure, within probably 10 thousandths of where you're at. There's some more tools here. These are just a small little amount of tools that I had. You've probably seen these sets quite often. People use a Starrett, I don't know what the name of this set is, but you know where you got a dial indicator that reads from the back. So you can set that up with a tool kind of like this for checking that bore run out, something like that. You know, there's all different fixtures here to set up to do different things. And that's a nice set my dad had given me. There's no telling what that would cost. That's probably $400 set or something from Starrett. You have to buy one of those. My dad picked this up at Harbor Freight because it was cheap, and or you know, had some sale where maybe you got it for free. I haven't used it, but I've been wanting a good Starrett crow's foot. And you know, you could use these cheap ones if you want to find the center of something round or something. What you could do is just take it and, you know, check it several different, scribe you a line in 3 or 4 places around the round stock, and then, or do it twice. Do it this way and then flip it over and do it again. And then if you know right between them 2 lines is center, you know, if you want to use a cheap one. I think these normally sell for about $18 or something. But I still would like to have a Starrett. Most of them I've seen even go for over $100 used. So anyway, that's kind of what I had on my mind tonight. There's a lot more stuff. I did buy this lately on eBay. It's a angle finder and a depth gauge, and I've already actually used it on a bolt. I was trying to make a tapered head bolt, and I was able to measure it had an odd, it went on a Wilton vise. We had it work that I'm trying to fix. I've got some of these 6-inch rules that I like. I would like to just, I've got some more somewhere, I don't even see it. I have a Blackface one somewhere. Oh, there it is. Excuse me, I'm gonna reach across you here. You know, since my vision ain't as good as it used to be, I like the Blackface stuff. Boy, you can really see it. Now, this is not a Starrett or something, but it has those same graduations I like, where you can see the 100 thousandths. And this sleeve actually goes to my Starrett. One of these, I think it was a Starrett. There's a Mitutoyo. Now, this one don't have those graduations. This one has 32nds, 64s, 50ths, and 100ths. I don't know who in the world can see them 100ths. I can't see these 100ths or the 10ths very well, but you can still use that. Just use the big lines. I'm crazy. I like these. See, there's the one I like. It's got the, you can see the 100 thousandths. Anyway, if you have any comments on some of this stuff, holler at me. I'm open for suggestions. I'm just trying to learn. Excuse me, I gotta move this darn camera. I'm just trying to learn a lot of this stuff myself. I mean, I've used all this stuff for years. I just wouldn't say I'm any kind of expert at all about this. I just know that Mitutoyo, Starrett, and Brown & Sharp, as far as I know, are the top 3 on precision measuring tools. And you know, Central is one of the lower, Central and Fowler, and some of those are some of your cheaper lines. Central used to be decent stuff that was cheaper, and some of the stuff that I have is Central that my dad had given me, and I don't even know, I forgot to even look what's in it. Oh, this is a last word Starrett that you've seen these. Those are pretty handy for coax stuff, you know, on the mill or the lathe or something. Anyway, I don't want to spend any more time. I wanted to do a quick video, and I'm already beyond quick, and I may not do a whole lot of editing with this. This is just a quick. I want to see what your thoughts are on, mainly on these. I've been thinking, I don't know if Starrett makes one that has the little lever on them. I like the lever versus the knob, and if anybody has another opinion on that, let me know, because again, I'm not used to using these all day long every day. I just know it may just be because I've had this one so long and I got used to the lever that I don't like fidgeting around with this knob and trying to lock one in. I really like the Mitutoyo micrometers. To me, I like them better than the Starrett, and I still like the Starrett real well too. I'm just saying, if I had to pick one, I really think the Mitutoyo are really nice, and I'm not pushing for them or anything. I'm just been thinking about that lately, about why Starrett doesn't make something similar to that, because I really like that. But anyway, I'll let you go. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and I just got through watching Stephen Lang building his welding table, just like the one I have, same brand, that weld table. Tab and slot, those are really nice. In fact, Stephen, I went and ordered some clamps off the website that I needed, real expensive clamps, but they're fully adjustable, and I got them coming. They were real high, they're like $60 a piece, but I want to collect as many welding clamps and stuff as I can for fixturing up on that table. Anyway, I'll let you all go, and thanks for watching. See you next time.